Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Forzion. I am back after a short break, but now it will be my standard playthrough in Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are going to continue to develop our republic called Hurmania, where we are currently at 62,000 citizens, slowly conquering the whole map and building up the success of our republic. So it will be nothing special, it's just standard playthrough. I have no new features. You can inspire yourself. If you want, you can ask questions. If I can, I will answer. And this is my regular stream. I usually do twice a week. This week I had one late night, and now we have the weekend one, which will be a bit longer than that before. So we left our republic, finishing this chemical plants facility here. And now it starts producing enough chemicals if we will get enough workers there, because we have issues with some buses as they are going all at once, not spread out so much. And I wanted to continue and build that farm here, which we will use to provide some more crops for this chemical plants facility. And our main focus remains this city here, which is the subject of today's stream, building this center here of the central city, which is right in the middle of the map. I mean the central 4 squares, and we are going to build a huge city there. That huge rusty factory, that's alumina plant. This is alumina plant, and this is aluminium plant. So this makes aluminium oxide from bauxite, and this makes aluminium. And currently we are just exporting that because we don't need any of that for our own purposes, because I don't have the airplane production plant yet anywhere. We don't have an airport. It's planned in the future, but we are not there yet. So we are working on our first ship too. We are building this leaky tanker, and we have almost 2/3 of that ready. It will take just another 60 work days, really? Yeah, another 60,000 work days. Yeah. So we are slowly building this. We are already in 2039. And of course we have almost everything, but we don't have the airport. And I want to get into personal cars production. Because of that I prepared this facility here. And as you saw in that short stream, one day you may plan that whole stuff and then build it all at once. Oh, and I don't have a road here. We should build that. And here I am advancing into this direction. Currently the plan is to build a huge coal power plant, which will be as a backup if something goes wrong with our nuclear ones, as I have a strategy to do my power grid, and the strategy works in a way that I have 2 power plants connected to each branch of high voltage wires. So here we are slowly building this town. And we don't have the pipeline snapping yet available, so we build stuff in a standard way. We don't have underpasses, we don't have overpasses, we don't have curved bridges, so we need to build everything with old stuff. But that does not stop us from finishing our plans. One day we will get in the new stuff, and then we may upgrade stuff we already have. So we have, what is March, so we have plenty of time. I was not hurrying to build that farm because we cannot get it up and running before the sowing season ends. So it is not very useful to hurry in building that. And of course it would exhaust our constructing capacities in the area, but I don't construct anything in this area, so we may start slowly constructing that because everything is done already. Except I wanted a road to have here. Show the wireframe, and can we get it should be fine to get it through there, but I would say that we have some pylons just right in the way. So that's an obstruction for the building process, but we will solve that. Let's smoothen this out. Using the smoothening tool. Let's connect that there. And rebuild that into an asphalt road. Now let's assign some construction offices. We need supplies and support. And of course, we are out of range. We just cannot reach there with this supplier, so it would take us too long to get there. So that may work, and slowly you can supply these two. That's not going to be built. Yeah, so we will build that road. It just will create us a shortcut for chemicals to be delivered into aluminium plant and alumina plant. Because we have one distribution office here, and currently it is distributing chemicals from this small barn, which is practically a warehouse, small version of it. And we don't have too much there stored because the trucks are not able to bring that in time as we are spending those chemicals, and my production is not sufficient. Having 2-3 of these kinds of facilities is not enough to provide chemicals for all facilities I have. So slowly we are making some vehicles here, and I should Send some of those. Into the right, that is not built yet. Okay, I forgot about that. I need to build a distribution office because these small furgons will provide additional layer for full distribution in this area. But we first need a distribution office. And here we have 5, yes, but only one shopping center to supply, because we started to develop this area recently. A few dozens of hours ago, I would say it's not so recent, it was few streams ago when we started to work on this. It took us a while to get into this area and build over time or over distance all the stuff. A little spill over. Okay. So here we will have the shopping center in the middle with double train station. University hospital is work in progress. We are building that already. Some attractions, some culture, and some sports or too, because this will be a center of this town, and we are going to build residential area there and more residentials on the other side of that river. We have these bridges over prepared to be built later, and we are going with trolley buses in this town, which will be the backbone of public transportation in this area. And from that there we... oh, and we can walk that far. That's great. That helps a lot. So we have this bus stop here just in case, providing workers from the other side, because we needed to provide workforce for heating plant and for fire station, and we should be able to provide workers from that there too. So this is basically more or less useless, but we may use that as transfer, even though I don't need to use that as a transfer station. It was built mainly because we needed workforce for firefighters and for heating plant before we built this residential area here. So now we are slowly building this stuff. I need to build this road here first. Without that we cannot build that station, and after we get that station we can start building those bridges. And soon here we will have the first tunnel. We still need to build straight tunnels. In the future we will have curved tunnels, as we saw. And then we can get to these storages here to start supplying basic construction materials to that area. Here I made a small hack when I went by tunnel under the railroad to not need to build straight one, because the bridge would need to be straight, but this way we can have curved railroad with short tunnel under that. And here will be our central distribution center we will use later, and our central power plant. and that will offer us enough power to get to about 150,000 workers probably, because one coal power plant can provide power for about 10,000 without issues, or not 20,000 without issues, and the nuclear power plant can provide about 60,000. That coal power plant is as powerful as single reactor nuclear, so that will be enough for a lot of expansion, and especially it will provide a safety layer, as I will have 2 power plants providing power for each branch, and there is now a branch with my high voltage wires which does not have a backup, so if there is a fire or for some reason we get out of fuel in our nuclear power plant, all stuff goes off and we have a massive blackout. So we need to build some backup in that regard. So this is empty. This is not empty. That is not empty. This is empty. This is not empty. So you take livestock. Not interesting. You take nitro cargo. That is which. They add that viral to that too. Just in case. To always have enough crops in that. And at a point we will need to do something about these livestock too. Because for some reason we are delayed with meat distribution. For some reason we are not able to distribute the meat quite efficiently, even though we can produce enough meat. We have all the meat we need, but the distribution is lagging behind. We are doing quite well with food, as I already developed a kind of system which works. But it takes us a while. And we need construction office windows available. So we use these construction offices to help building the stuff in that central city, because otherwise they stay idle. I just cannot do the planning as fast as I how to say that. I just thought planning so many things all at once. I like to focus on what I already have and slowly build that up. Yeah, and we also need the supplies of that area here. We have this huge construction office as a supplier of construction materials like gravel, concrete, asphalt for huge area. So we may manually set up what we need to build first. Interesting, yeah, that's just that way. We are building that. Probably I have a lot of unemployed in this area. Unworked without jobs. Oh, and now we can move those vehicles from there. And of course we will need more so we need to set them to be stayed there. It's awesome how much variability is possible if there would be mods. Available mods. And I think we will get something with camera too in the future, but I don't remember what it will be, to be able to move faster along around the map. Yes, here we could use that piece of road to smooth and fix up a bit. The vehicles will be able to turn more smoothly in that crossroad. Maybe that can be. So that will be a gym. Oh, a lot of stuff to build. We are going slowly through that. And it takes a lot of time. Oh, and that looks that our railroad construction went ahead. And we will need more. That's those two. We can place the window there because we will use that a lot. And still I'm considering building a smaller town somewhere. That way that we can bring heating from that. But where can that be? But it would not interrupt what we already have. As you can see, we are just doing everyday slow basic stuff. Nothing special. Just slowly building up the Republic step by step. And this is the problem, that those buses go too close to each other. So maybe we may use the line spacing for a while to space out those buses. And later we will switch that off. Because especially during winter it's quite counterproductive. I'm getting some aluminium. Yeah, we need to look forwards for the way where for the place where we will build that. Airports, because there is not too much flat areas we can build at. This is not flatlands with hills. We cannot have a runway situated anywhere, but there are some spaces which can be used for airports, and one of them is here, even though that is not so flat. One of them is here too. So definitely we will need, it will be more like for production of planes, and to use that aluminium for homemade vehicles. So there is not too much space we can build an airport. Here it looks semi flat. But we need to get our roads there first, and then we need to build a small construction office there to be able to terraform the area and prepare the stuff to be built later. Because we are doing things in steps. We have the gym now. That will be really useful, as during winter the sports, that football playground is switched off. What's the problem with streaming now? Hmm. Sorry for some connection issues. I'm working on that. Currently we have some drops. The question is why? I'm considering a solution for this too, of course. Okay, can we finally have that connection going better? What's the problem? Let's turn this off. Will it help? What's the problem with connection? So what's the problem here? Maybe FPS.